Hello, students. So this other class is going to be. Last class was about. Um, it was about the dictionary and its parts. But now we are going to talk about how to use a dictionary. Okay? I mean, can be any dictionary, but in this case, we're gonna be focusing on the dictionaries in English. Okay? So as you remember, a dictionary is a reference book that we use to look for the meaning of a word. I mean, the meaning or the different meanings of words. And as you may know, they are ordered, or they are shown in alphabetical order. So they begin with A and they end in Z. So that is something that for you to know. The first the first thing you have to know. Okay? So first of all, you need to know how to choose the right dictionary for you to look for meanings for your necessities in this case. So you have to consider purchasing specialist dictionaries if they would be used. I mean, they would be useful in your study or career. This case is going to be focused on your studies. So since it is an English class, you need an English to Spanish or maybe an English only dictionary. Okay, so and many institutions have subscriptions to the Oxford English Dictionary, or short OED, that provides in-depth information on the history and origins of the word. Because if you know the origin of the word, maybe it's from another country or something like that, it would be easier for you to understand it. Now, note that many countries have their own native dictionaries that might be more helpful than sourcing a dictionary from just anywhere. So, if we are learning English, I mean American English, we need a dictionary that focuses in English, American English words. Okay, it's it's better for you, of course. So that is just an example. Now you have to make sure that you use the right one, right dictionary for your assignments, editings, and reports. Of course, if you need some, uh, you need to look for synonyms. You use a synonym dictionary. If you need to look for the meaning of a word in English, you use an English dictionary. If you need to know the translation of one word in English to Spanish, you use an English to Spanish dictionary. It depends on your necessities, okay? You have to read the introduction of a dictionary. Why? Because the introductions to dictionaries explain things like how entries are arranged. They are, in this case, they typically give you the word and the variations of the word. What part of the speech the word is, pronunciation of the word, definition, etc. So, for you not to get lost when you are looking for a word, and you see many different things, it's better to read the introduction because they have this type of explanations. And also there may also be information of the pronunciation of words with similar spellings. This can be helpful. Why? Because if you have only heard a word and you're not sure if of its spelling, so there are many words that they are written the same way, but they are pronounced differently. And we have the opposite, that they are pronounced similarly, but they are written completely different. So that's why they give this type of information. Now, you have to learn also the abbreviations. Why? Because dictionaries often have abbreviations in the definitions for a word. So this can be confusing if you don't know the abbreviations stand for. Why? For example, typically, a dictionary will have a list of abbreviations near the front of the book, either in the introduction or after it. So it would be better to check it. So, for example, ADG, ADJ stands for adjective, and will tell you what kind of word the word you're looking for, the word you're looking up is. For example, you look for happy, and then it has this abbreviation, so you know happy is an adjective. ADV or ADVB can stand for adverb or adverbially. Okay, and you have to learn the guide to pronunciation. So because as I told you, many different um, dictionaries they have also the word, and besides next to the word they have the pronunciation, how to pronounce it. So the pronunciation of a word will be placed between two reverse virgules like this ones, and will typically be printed in italics, so it will be easier to differentiate the main word and its pronunciation. So a single stress mark, like in here, precedes the strongest syllable in a word. So if you see in the pronunciation that one of the parts has only a stress mark, it means that that syllable is pronounced stronger than the other ones. And a double mark precedes the syllable with a medium or secondary stress. Okay, like this one. And the third level of stress has no marker. So with one stress mark, the syllable is pronounced strongly. With two stress marks, the sound is medium. And with no stress marks, is low or weak. For example, the penmanship will look like this. So we have the stress mark, only one. Pen, man, ship. You see? Penmanship. And this symbol in here indicates an unstressed vowel. This symbol often introduces this symbol often intrudes between a stressed vowel and a following r or u, such as in sour. You see, sour. And the symbol, the two dots in here, symbolizes a type of A, in this case, the A sound that appears in a word, like for example in caught or fought. So compare this to the symbol like in here without the two dots, which is designates the sound like in mat, map, snap, and so on. You see, and also these two dots apply uh, to different uh, syllables, not only for example, e, and the other vowel sounds. Now, let's know how to look up a word. Okay, so first you have to find the section of dictionary with the first letter of your word. If your letter begins, for example, here with B, you look for the B section of the dictionary. So dictionaries follow alphabetical order, as I told you at the beginning. So dog begins with D, which means that it will be in the section after C and before E. And do not forget the possible spellings for trickier words, such as, for example, no, that begins with a G, or psychology, that begins with a P, or knock, that begins with a K, and so on. Now, you have to read the guide words. The guide words are these ones over here, in the upper part of the dictionary. So these are the two words at the top of the page that tell you what types of words are on the page. So these words will help you find the word you're looking for in the right letter section. For example, if you're looking for the word bramble, you would begin looking in the B, okay, in the B section. So you would look at the tops of the pages, and you will, as you went through the whole process, until you came to the page with the guide words braid, breath. This tells you that all the words between the first word and the second word, in this case braid and braid, are on this page. Since bramble starts with BRA, it will be in this section. So that's why you have to read the guide words for you to make it easy. Now, you have to scan down the page for your word. If you were looking for the word futile, for example, you would move past fury and fuse and fuss and so on. Since the example word begins with FUT, you go past all the FUR and all the FUS words alphabetically until you reach the FUT area of the page. You're not going to read every single word. You're going to read only what you need to find, the first three letters. In this example, you move right down through foot and futhark. And this is where you will find futile. Okay? And last but not least, you have to read the definition. Why? Because you need to know what the word means. In this case, once you've located the word, it will tell you exactly what it means. And if it has more than just one meaning, it will tell you the most common one first. The most common, for example, here in about, it has one, two, three, and many others. So the first meaning will be referring to something, and it will tell you also how to pronounce the word, how to capitalize it if it is a proper noun. If it is not, it will appear in small letters. What part of the speech it is, like for example here, the abbreviations, PREP, it means preposition. And the list goes on and on. Okay? If you have any doubt, please let me know. And thank you for your attention. So see you next class and have an excellent day.